a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC Podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide, brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 members with business solutions since 1984. The Greece Town Board opened a special Monday night meeting with a prayer just hours after the U.S. Supreme Court decided by a split decision that the town is not violating the Establishment of Religion clause of the Constitution by starting its meetings with a prayer. By that ruling, the High Court reversed a lower appeals court ruling in the case of Greece versus Galloway. Greece Supervisor Bill Rylick says the town will continue to open its board meetings with prayer and welcomes anyone who wants to volunteer to do so.
I can't tell you why they may have been offended or why they took exception with what we were doing, but again, I thought what we were doing is as common as a pledge of allegiance to the flag when we open a meeting.
Susan Galloway, the co-plaintiff in the case, says the ruling makes non-believers and non-Christians into second-class citizens. Monday's Supreme Court ruling holds closely to past decisions by the court. It says legislative bodies have historically started their sessions with prayer and are free to keep following that precedent. U.S. Senator Charles Schumer says a boost is coming for the Hickey-Freeman Company in Rochester. The senator and Hickey-Freeman's new owner say the Polo Ralph Lauren Blue Label clothing line will be made at the Hickey-Freeman plant on North Clinton Avenue. Polo Ralph Lauren is launching a Made in the USA initiative. It's starting by moving the Blue Line label of tailored suits from Italy to production in Rochester. Schumer's a fan of Hickey-Freeman suits, and he's been pushing the company's cause for some years. A woman who was born in Buffalo and raised in Rochester was sworn in Monday as the first woman ever to serve as a federal judge in New York's Western District. Liz Wolford was nominated by Senator Schumer and confirmed by the Senate. She takes the seat left by Judge Charles Siragusa, who moved up to senior status. Schumer says she is one of the finest judicial candidates he ever met. A SUNY Geneseo student has been found dead of unknown causes in an off-campus house. The university president said in an online letter to students that 20-year-old sophomore Alex Davis of Victor died on Sunday. Village police say members of his fraternity called them Sunday morning when they found Davis on a couch in an upstairs bedroom. They first thought that he was asleep, but then realized he wasn't breathing. Police say no drugs were found at the fraternity house. Davis was a 2012 graduate of Victor High School. He was majoring in biochemistry at Geneseo and also played on the lacrosse team. The case of the man accused of killing 17-month-old Riley Daniels will go to a Monroe County grand jury. Corey Favata was to appear in court Monday, but the case was waived to the grand jury. The 23-year-old Greece man is charged with second-degree murder after his girlfriend's daughter died last month at Strong Memorial Hospital. Family members believe the child was shaken. The man charged with killing a Greece music teacher more than 20 years ago has died in prison. Edward Larrabee died over the weekend at the Wendy Correctional Facility in Erie County. He admitted to the 1991 murder of violin teacher Stephanie Kopczynski in 2012 while serving 2 life sentences for other crimes, including the attempted murder of a prison guard. Larrabee died of ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. Knowing he was dying, he confessed to the Kopczynski murder in return for a promise that he would be buried in a private cemetery rather than the prison graveyard. Larrabee was a suspect at the time Kopczynski disappeared. He was a maintenance worker at her apartment complex. Rochester police identified the man who died after a Sunday night shooting in Rochester as 34-year-old Johnny Summers. Police said Summers was shot inside a liquor store in the 500 block of Chilai Avenue and died at Strong Memorial Hospital. No suspects in custody so far. The investigation is continuing. The 31-year-old Rochester man has been charged by the arson task force with trying to set fire to an apartment on Park Avenue last year. Authorities say Elvico Langston is charged with arson and reckless endangerment for setting the fire inside the apartment during a domestic disturbance. No injuries were reported. And state police in Williamson are looking for a suspect who held up the M&T Bank branch in Marion on Monday afternoon. The man did not show a weapon but demanded money, then fled on foot with an undisclosed amount, and anyone with information is asked to call state police. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one, and we post updates during the day as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.